please don't wait until 2026 to start planning for it. And if you are still waiting for a sign to do it, then this podcast is for you. To those of you who know, I just finished my short form series called 25 Keys to Unlock Growth for 2025. And today we are going to dive deep into it to help us prepare for the next year. So start setting up the mood with ambient, go get your favorite drinks and snacks ready, and of course, pen and paper because we are going to plan 2026 together. I am so excited to make this episode, and this is going to be a long hangout because we will go through each and every key with templates, examples, and prompts that you can use afterwards. Whether you want to hustle, gentle, self love, adventurous, crazy, wild year, you name it, it is going to be possible. Hi, and welcome to Play This One. I'm your host Denise, and in this vlogcast, we will be each other's little internet company. This is a special episode because we will be talking about our goals, dreams, and wishes for 2026. And through Play This One, we can check in on each other about our progress gently bi-weekly. However, if you do like catching up more often than that, then my YouTube community space is open for you. Just hit save and subscribe and let's do this. Key number one is find your mantra. This is going to be the center of your year. This is essentially your theme or your daily reminder of what you want your year to be all about. I've been doing annual planning for a while now, and I mostly use themes like adventure, knowledge, or projects that I want to achieve, things like that. And it is okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But you can actually spice it up by adding a mantra that you can actually keep repeating to yourself. This year, my mantra is go all in. And the amount of times that I have used that mantra in different parts of this year, whenever I'm taking on a challenge, I need to make a decision, when I need to make projects, is really fun to have because you have this constant reminder that is like engraved in your mind that okay, I know I'm feeling this, I know I'm going through this, but this is my mantra. I said I'm going all in this year, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going all in. And of course, I want to share with you my mantra for 2026. Drum rolls, please. Watch and learn. I just know how much I am going to be using this mantra as well because my theme for 2026, the biggest part of it is about learning, and I want to be as curious as I can get this year. I want to be able to explore different things, different culture, learn different skills. I'm already looking forward to this year with that mantra alone. That is actually going to be the side quest for today. I want you all to think of a mantra that you are going to use for 2026. To do that, I want you to think about your theme first. What kind of year do you want to have? And then you can look or make your mantra related to that. I did make a list of mantras that you can access on the link down below, and you can just get some inspirations for it. But let me tell you some of the mantras that I have in there. I choose happiness. I am brave. I am capable. Life is beautiful. And be present. And there you have it. Once you have your mantra ready, you can share that through the comment section or you can send me a DM. Key number two, set your goals and resolutions. In this key, I talked about how goals are different from resolutions. Basically, goals are the things that you want to achieve. These are your final product, your final result. And the resolutions are the actions that you must take in order to achieve those goals. So your resolutions cannot be to be fit, but that can be your goal, and then you can just turn that resolution into hit the gym 4 times a week, something like that. Resolutions are things that you either want to stop, start, or continue. And I want to remind everyone that you are not supposed to have like 10 resolutions a year. Don't put that pressure on yourself because it's not good and it's not healthy. And in this space, I want us to be gentle with ourselves. Key number 3 is to make a vision board. The key to manifestation is to believe. Be the Lulu. Fake it till you make it. Be proud. Don't think that you are too much for wanting those things. Your vision board is going to be your daily visual reminder of the person that you want to become, the life that you want to have this year, the advancement and improvements you want for your career. And for this, I want you to center your mantra and your theme. So, for example, my theme for 2025 is experiences. That's what I want to get, experiences. Thus, go all in. So I have a lot of images here that are the things that I want to experience. And the way to really manifest this is, I would say, thinking that you are the one in the photo and actually being excited to be that person. And what I usually do is to find 3 to 5 aspects or areas of my life that I want to improve that year or I want to achieve. And for example, one section's for fitness, one section's for learning, one section's for career, one section's for relationship, something like that. But make it fun. Don't make it very intimidating or hard, or it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be what you truly want. Key number 4 is journaling. And if you guys know me, I am an avid fan of journals. I actually have different kinds of journals, and I'm not saying this to intimidate you. I'm just saying that there are many ways that you can use your journal. But the key for journaling is intention. You have to know why you're starting this journal. What do you want it to be for? Like I said, there are different types of journals. There are goal journals for health, fitness, manifestations. Then we also have hobbies journal for reading, projects, or traveling. Of course, for creative people or very sentimental people like me, we have junk journals. Then we also have mindfulness journals for gratitude or meditation. And of course, last but not the least, we have a diary. And this is the one that you keep as a log. Now, I want to go through my journals and what I use them for to maybe inspire you or give you a sense of how journaling helps me. Number 1, I have my dump journal. I wouldn't say it's a junk journal because it's not, I actually have my own junk journal, but I'm not really active with it. I'm too lazy. But I have a lot of junks that I keep in case I do get the time and energy to do it. So this one is kind of my brain dump journal, and this is where my ideas go. I think being a writer really influences this, but yeah, I prefer writing than typing things. So I always have a notebook with me, any kind of notebook. But yeah, this is my ideas journal. This is my most prized possession. This goes everywhere with me. And this is my emotional baggage journal. I'm kidding. This is like my diary journal, but it's not like a daily diary. My intention for this journal is to help me clear my mind. I think it's really important when you start a journal page and you already know what you want to get out from it. Because when I'm really, really stressed and overwhelmed and I write some things here, I already know what I want to figure out. Why am I being stressed? What is happening in my life currently? What am I feeling that maybe I am not feeling enough? Yeah, it's really helpful because it clears my mind. It brings me back to the present and I love it so much. Next one, I have my pretty journal. That's what I call it. But basically, this is my journal for pretty stuff. Right now, I'm using it as my monthly planner journal, but I am putting some sketches here, the contracts that I make for myself, my trackers, and then different things that I love, my goals, things about me. That is basically what this journal is for, so I call it the pretty journal. And right now, I want to share with you this journal that I recently purchased. It's Obsessed with Growth by Tam Core. I am a really big fan of hers, and this has everything that I'm looking for in my emotional baggage journal. Although I still need it in case I have to like write 7 pages of journal. Yes, that actually happens. But this is mostly for log. I believe that is one of the main thing that I really want to practice next year. I bought this journal to basically keep me on track. Yeah, those are all my journals that I do want to share. And in the description, I also compiled a lot of prompts that you can use for your journal. And on to key number 5. Key number 5 is soundtrack. This is making playlists. This doesn't take a lot, and you're actually gonna have fun doing it. But I beg you, make a playlist that will make you dance, smile, feel good, be positive. This is going to be your go to playlist when you need to lift your mood or brighten up your day or simply appreciate life. I will link my 2025 playlist in the description so you can get some ideas. But let me share my favorite ones with you right now. Number one, of course, is my favorite song of all time. I will never not scream to this song, and I just claimed this to be the theme song of my life, and I'm proud of it. It is Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. I also love I Lived by One Republic. Here's to Never Growing Up by Avril Lavigne. Golden by Huntrix is here because why not? Okay, I need to stop. Yeah. I love My Way by Cat's Eye as well. And my latest obsession is Candy by Robbie Williams. If you don't feel good, what are you doing it for? That's it. Key number 6 is making celebrations feel special again. As we grow older, the whimsy and magic in our lives tend to fade more and more. But it is not too late. Especially with Christmas and New Year just around the corner, you can turn things around, make traditions, or organize an actual event, give gifts to people, bring the light, and of course, allow yourself to celebrate, whether it's a small win, milestones, especially birthdays, guys. I wish that every single one of you listening to this vlogcast will never lose the magic and the hope that they used to have as a little kid during their birthdays. Key number 7 is find your style. I'm not just talking about clothings here. I'm also talking about your energy, your surroundings, the way you want to express yourself. And I want you to link this to your vision board and mantra. Personally, I want to be the kind of person who looks put together with a touch of personality. And the way I do it is adding bows or charms in my bag, having one signature or statement piece. Key number 8 is changing environment. The impact of your environment to the things that you do is massive. And I think that that's actually one of the first things that you should check when you're not feeling at your best. Because changing environments can be as simple as stepping outside for 15 minutes or doing your work in a coffee shop. Even just changing your seating position can help. Of course, the most obvious ones, tidying, maybe taking a weekend off, which is also connected to key number 9, which is to plan that trip. As young adults or even older ones, we constantly strive to hustle, to work hard, save money, do more. And even on this growth journey, we make it seem like it's all hard. But honestly, it is not. It doesn't have to be. It can be fun, nurturing, gentle, exciting. So please do remind yourself to step away sometime just to reconnect with yourself. Key number 10 is to be a beginner again. This is the kindest thing that you can do for yourself, and that is to allow yourself to start again. Be a beginner, learn more, because it builds your morale, your self trust, and allowing yourself to make mistakes is actually practicing your empathy for yourself. It also opens up your perspective because you'll have more skills, more knowledge, more connections. If you already know how to do 100 things, believe me that there are still 1,000 more that you are yet to try. Key number 11 is to love out loud. I love love. It is truly beautiful, and to live a life suppressing it or hiding it is to give yourself grief over what could have been and heartbreaks of if only. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable towards people that matters is actually a strength. And you might not believe me when I say this, but you can make the world a better place simply by choosing to spread love. Key number 12 is a check in. I use this key as a midpoint check in for our progress. In every journey of life, it is very important to check in on yourself every once in a while. Do not just check the progress of your goals, check in on yourself too, but deeper, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Reflect on what is really happening because you'll never know. You might be having great progress in a project that you set to achieve, but then your mental health is rapidly decreasing. We don't want that. You can do it with simple questions, simple prompts, simple but important. Key number 13 is setting up your boundaries. We all have boundaries, and if you're not aware of them, you wouldn't know that they exist until someone pushes them, which can lead into many different scenarios. So, when you set it yourself, you learn about your lines, the self respect that you have, and you can reflect on the past that made you set that boundary in the first place. Disclaimer: communication is really important when you do this because while it is better now in this generation, there are still people who doesn't like the concept of boundaries, or maybe they're just not familiar with it. So try to choose setting healthy boundaries and share it with the ones that matter or when it is necessary. Key 14 is to allow yourself to recover. This is going to be your in betweens after the celebrations of successes or pains of losses. And the thing is, there truly is no downside to this because you can fully take in everything that happened beforehand while also preparing for what's next. You can recover through journaling or meditating, maybe taking a quick dinner with your friends. But also, I want to remind you that this is essential for you. Do not make yourself feel like you're being unproductive or you're wasting time. No, not the case. You need it, you should do it, and be kind to yourself. Okay? Key number 15 is to get lost. This is actually my favorite key of all because it just sums up every turning points in my life. You will not always have a roadmap. In fact, I don't think anyone has a roadmap. You'll get directions, advice, trials, and errors, but in the end, we are all going towards different destinations. Why? Because we are all simply different. And you have to be okay with that. You have to fully embrace that in order to live well, you have to stop following other people's paths. Key number 16 is to create more than you consume. In this day and age, consumption is easier than it ever was. And while that is the case, we are still humans. We still have the power to create using our own ideas, our own hands with the things that we have. We all collectively have to learn how to utilize the things that we consume to help us and not just brain rot. And there are many things that you can try create, and you cannot tell me that you're not creative so you cannot make anything, because there are things that you can do without having to think, like paint by numbers or Legos. Well, I think you have to think when you do that. Or write something. I think that is the easiest thing. And when you see something that really, really sparks your curiosity, that gives you that feeling, oh, that is so cool. I want to make this. This is your sign to make that. Key number 17 is to ask for help. This key is the toughest one for me to swallow. Of course, I mean, you shouldn't swallow a key, but this one hits very deep as someone who's very independent. When you think about self help or self love, you might think that you have to do it solely on your own, but you don't. Help can come from the authors, from the book that you are reading, the instructors of the fitness classes that you're doing, or the friends who keep you company and help make things bearable for you. Those are all still considered self help, but they come from other people. Asking for help is helping yourself. Always remember that. Key number 18 is make mistakes. I need to stretch, guys. Give me 1 second. My legs. Okay. Where are we? I believe that mistakes are the best teacher and that there's no such thing as failure, because you either succeed or you learn a lesson. When you make mistakes, that only means that you're trying and you're doing something. And when you are trying, that means you are living. And although the goal when you try something is to improve on it, the point is to live. And you're just gonna thank yourself 5, 10, or 15 years from now that you tried a lot of things. And who knows, maybe the thing that you're trying right now, where you're making like 100 mistakes, is going to be something you'll be good at in the future. Key number 19 is self care rituals. This is pretty straightforward. These are simply the things that you can do for yourself that will remind you to breathe. It can be lighting a scented candle or reading a fiction book. For me, I like to pamper myself. It can be anything. Very simple, but very helpful. Key number 20 is growing apart. As I said in this key, it is a natural consequence of growing up. I think we are used to linking growth with successes and wins, and not a lot of people talk about the other kinds of growth which are painful. One of them is outgrowing important people in your life. This hurts a lot, and I personally have outgrown a lot of people in the past 5 years, but it is part of life and there's nothing wrong with it. And I've grown to kind of forgive myself and forgive them, however, the relationship ended. And I hope that you can learn that too. Key number 21, being ready is a decision and not a feeling. I have to constantly remind myself this, and there are times when it works, but there are also many times when it doesn't. And it's all to do with fear and discomfort. So don't be too hard on yourself. It's only human to avoid them. However, waiting for the right moment can actually cost you a lot. there are a lot of opportunities being missed every single day just because someone thinks it's not right yet, or that's not it yet, it's not perfect yet, I'm not ready yet. And I think this is important when you do your vision boards, when you envision what kind of person you want to become. Because when you put something on your vision board, when the door opens where it is going to be possible to achieve that, you know that you are going to be ready for it because it's there. You're waiting for it. This is your moment. There are a lot of things that happened to me this year when I thought, I can do this. I'm not ready for this. But oh my gosh, go all in. Yeah, go all in. And that's what I do. And another disclaimer, being ready is very different from being prepared. I feel like the prepared part, you can actually control that. When you wake up in the morning, you can decide if you want to get up or stay in bed. It is in your hands. You have the power. So use your power wisely. Key number 22 is to make time for joy. You know the moments that make you genuinely smile when you remember them? When you're looking at the sunset and you close your eyes and think to yourself, this this is enough. All the ways you feel when your heart feels lighter and when your jaw is hurting from laughing and smiling. The nostalgia you feel when you see something familiar. And your smile right now, thinking about all these and more, is what we need to feel more. That's what we should make time for more. Because believe me, no online video or branded items could ever amount to that. Key number 23 is show up. I want to take this moment to give you a big hug for repeatedly showing up for yourself this year. And you might not be giving yourself enough credit for that, but now's the time. Key number 24 is to look back. Every part of you is worth celebrating. And as we approach the end of this year, I want you to take a moment to reflect and look back on everything that led you to this moment. Go through your camera roll or your journal entries, recall different memories from different moments, and look back on how much you have grown in a year. I hope that you are proud of yourself with everything that's happened in this year, because I know, even if I don't know you, that I am. And all that leads to the only thing that's left for you to do, and that is to keep going. No one knows what will happen, but a lot can happen within a year. Hopefully, with all this gentle knowledge and wisdoms that I shared, the foundations that you can start setting up before 2026 start, and the hope you planted in yourself the moment you played this podcast can help you towards your heart's desires. I wish you a light year full of growth, happiness, and love. Cheers.